Commander, computer reporting.
Hello everyone, Crow back again with another pickups video. I actually wanted to do this video yesterday, but my camcorder didn't work. It was weird. I was using it on Saturday. I was making a couple Crow Plays videos, and then Sunday I didn't use it, but then Monday I opened the thing up to turn it on and everything, and nothing. I tried charging the batteries. I messed around with it for 2 hours, and in that 2 hours I was looking online for a new camcorder actually. Well, if you haven't guessed yet, I have a new camcorder. You might be able to tell a little bit of difference from my usual video, but I am using a new camcorder. And we were running out to go eat dinner yesterday. No, actually, I take that back. We were running out to go to Jewel to get some groceries, and Best Buy happens to be right by Jewel. So I figured, hey, let's stop in Best Buy and see what they have. And they actually had a Insignia. In fact, let me just show it, because I just bought this camera yesterday. This Insignia, you know, I don't know what model number or whatnot it is, but you know, we're going through there and they had this there for $88, marked down from $299.99. So I was like, holy crap! I jumped on it. I asked, you know, do you have any of these? And the guy was like, no, he didn't have any in stock. But he looked up at the computer and he said in Best Buy in Melrose Park, which isn't all that too far away from the Denny's we usually eat at. So while we were driving over there, I had called them and just to make sure they had this, and they had only one left, but they did hold it for me. It's not the best camcorder in the world, but it suits me perfectly for what I want to do. In fact, I'm really surprised at the low light it actually has. I have no lights except for the ceiling lights now. I mean, with my other camcorder, I'd be pitch black. But with this one, it seems to handle low light really, really well. It's also one of the reasons that I was experimenting with this the other day after I got it with the TV in the background. The reason that I don't have the TV on anymore is because it really messed with the low light sensor, and I would actually appear pitch black. So I probably won't be doing that again. But yeah, it's 1080p. I'm actually recording now at 720p because it has a higher frame rate that way. But yeah, it was just I was not expecting to actually go and get another camcorder right away. I was just going to film a pickups video with my cell phone, you know, whenever I get the chance. But yeah, since I have this, and the funny thing though too is it uses exactly the same battery that my other one did. Even though they're two different brands. It was a Toshiba. This is Insignia, which I believe is Best Buy's brand. The battery's the same. So now, you know, I had a battery and a backup battery for that one. This came with a battery and another battery charger. So I've got 3 batteries for this thing. It is slightly bigger than my last camcorder, but I actually like it that way. I don't usually walk around with a camcorder anyway. It's just for indoor use, really. And if I wanted to film anything while I was out, I could use my phone, which also has 720p and 1080p as well. So yeah, that was the big thing. $88 for this. It was kind of just a spur of a moment thing. It just ran out. Went to Best Buy. Was not expecting to buy anything at Best Buy and got this. So yeah, let's move on to some actual other pickups. Let's do another non-gaming related one. Somebody, I can't remember, I was doing a trade with somebody, kind of fell through, and this was one of the items that they were offering, but after I really didn't hear anything about the trade for a long time, I went on Amazon and just bought this. It is the Marvel Universe Gray Hulk. I have the Red Hulk and the regular Hulk, and I heard there was a Gray Hulk. I wound up spending like $10 total on Amazon for plus shipping for this thing. Maybe it was slightly more than that. But, you know, I'm not going to keep it in the package. I'm going to open this out of the package. It's basically using mostly the same mold as the other Hulks. You know, except for one of the hands is different. I think I showed that in another video, but I will be opening this up and placing them with the other Hulks. Another thing, I can't remember where my wife bought this, but this is something I forgot to put in my last pickup video. She bought the 3rd birthday, which I believe is the 3rd Parasite Eve Game. Well, I know it is the 3rd Parasite Eve Game. So she picked it up for PSP because she played the other 2 and enjoyed them. So she picked up this one. We got a whole bunch of goodies from Goodwill. My wife picked up. So we got Ratchet and Clank for the PS2 for $2.99. Not a bad deal. It doesn't have the manual, but I actually have not played this game, so it might be worth looking into. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PS2 for $2.99. Again, no manual. Let's see here. We got Lego Star Wars, the video game, which actually I want to try and start playing some of these Lego games. If I'm going to start with one, I'm going to start with the Lego Batman one on the Xbox 360 that I have. And it does have the manual and the game, but it is a greatest hits. And then we have Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup for $3.99 from Goodwill. Again, no manual. We have The Lord of the Rings Return of the King for the PlayStation 2 for $3.99. No manual. So I guess the rule of thumb is here is it only has the manual if it's the greatest hits version. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 greatest hits version. So it must have the manual, right? Yes, it does. Yeah, I actually played this on PC. It's a pretty fun game. Pirates of the Caribbean, Legend of Jack Sparrow, $2.99. Let's see here. Oh, this one actually does have the manual. Avatar: The Last Airbender for the PS2, $2.99. Let's see what we got here. We got a PS1 game, Knockout Kings 2000, and that was $1.99. Since this is a new camera, let's see if I can zoom in pretty close on that. Just a little experiment here. I think I can focus. I just gotta mess with that. Just maybe trick it into focusing in on it. I was doing it with 1080p, but 720. We'll see. If I get it to do it eventually, that might be too close. Maybe I just actually do need more light around here to do that. I'm actually doing that without the lights on. Let's turn the lights on really quick and see how that works out. It's doing a little bit better, I think. I'll have to mess around with that a little bit more. Looks like we got Green Day Rock Band for the Xbox 360. Now, I do have all the instruments for that. So, but I'm not really into Green Day's music, but again, it was only $9.99 is actually a little bit more than I thought, but still not that bad. Wait, you know what? This probably Goodwill. It probably came from Target because these are Target's clearance stickers up there. Let's say another PS2 game, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Which actually is my favorite Harry Potter movie today. I'm not really into Harry Potter, but this was a good movie. $2.99. WW something. I don't know if it's WWE. Yeah, it was WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, 2008, featuring ECW. I always want to call, whenever I see the WW logo up there, I always want to say WWF, even though that is not the case anymore. And Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which was the only Grand Theft Auto game after 3 that I could not get into. I started playing this for a couple hours, and there was just too much character building. But I might be willing to give this another shot. You know, since the manual and everything. Go backwards a little bit. Yeah, the WWE game does have the manual. Like the Harry Potter one, this one doesn't have the manual. What else we got here? Oh, it's weird. They put in a weird case a Nintendo 64 memory card unit, or controller pack, as they call it, for memory. And it looks like we got a couple Super Nintendo games here. Just Jimmy Connors. So, Jimmy Connors. And let me see, this camera's actually got a light too. Let's try and bump that light on there. If I can, to it. Oh, it's way up here. So, yeah, I got the LED light on the camera now. You can kind of see that. Yeah, I'm going to have to mess with it. The autofocus was working a lot better in 1080p, I think. But I'm not going to switch it now. It's back up there. There we go. So yeah, for $1.99, that's tennis on a Super Nintendo. Even though you couldn't tell by the name unless you knew who Jimmy Connors was, which I don't. Tecmo Super NBA Basketball for $1.99. My wife actually picked all these Goodwill stuff up, so she probably just saw this, saw I didn't have it, and picked it up. It might be interesting to see how this looks, because it is Tecmo, and they made Tecmo Ball. We can't go wrong with Tecmo Ball, right? NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo, $3.99. I'm actually surprised I didn't have this one. I have to actually go see if I do have this one, because I thought I did, but I could be wrong. I probably don't have this one. And a super dirty Super Caesar's Palace for $1.99. So that was all the Goodwill pickups. But now for the meat of it, actually. Let me throw all this stuff back in a bag so I have some more room at my desk. And there we go. And we went to, on Sunday, People Play Games down in Wrigleyville. Well, near Wrigleyville. I don't think it is. It might actually be Wrigleyville, but it's like a block away from Wrigley Field. And it was kind of funny because we drove on down there, and I didn't even realize the Cubs were supposed to be playing that day. So, and then there was a music festival blocking our street, so didn't get to park as close as I'd like to there. But while we were there, I picked up a whole mess of... Actually, I didn't pick up as much stuff, but I probably spent as much. So let's see what we got here. I saw this, and I knew I had to get it. This was one of the TurboGrafx-16 games I've been looking for. Ninja Spirit, complete with the box, and then the game is in there. You know, everything's included. I paid a premium price for that. That was $28.95. I wonder if this will... I mean, I know I don't have to point it right at there, but I wonder how that will show up in the video. But then we have Kirby's Air Ride. I've been kind of looking to pick this one up too. My wife pointed this one out, and I really hadn't been picking this up because I really wasn't seeing it for less than $20. This was $13.95 or something. Yeah, $13.95. But there's no manual, so I could live with that. And actually, the prices that were on here, I actually paid 10% less because I do have a discount card with them that I pay a yearly membership for. It actually pays for itself after like one visit usually. Another TurboGrafx-16 game, Moto Railroader. I actually played this on the Wii Virtual Console. I believe my friend had it. And actually, it was one of the cheaper TurboGrafx-16 games, so I figured I'd pick it up. It was $8.95. And then there was this game, which I saw, and I was like hemming and hawing about it. I was like, oh, I love this game, but I don't want to pay for it. My wife convinced me to buy it anyway. I didn't want to pay the price for it. Monkey Island, which I know is a classic game, even though I haven't played it for the Sega CD. I was like, this is really my opportunity to play this game now on the Sega CD. But the price, I balked at the price at first. They wanted $38.95. Well, if it doesn't focus in on the price, you'll just have to take my word for it. So, $38.95. Let's see here. Messing around with the camera. Let's see. It's trying to focus. I can see it. It must be some setting. It's gotta be. I know it was focusing better earlier. But yes, Monkey Island. And then I absolutely could not pass this game up. No matter, because of the price, basically. Laser Lords on the CDI, complete with the whole thing, counter sleeve and everything. It was only $6.95, and I thought that was pretty cheap for a complete CDI game. So I picked it up. And I've seen this one before too, and I've wanted this game, but it was always too... I didn't want to pay for it before, the price they were asking. Mission X on the Intellivision, a shoot 'em up on the Intellivision, and I could have swore this game was going for... they were trying to sell this game for like... I don't know, a little bit more. I'm just trying to peel off the price tag to see if I could have swore they were going for... They were trying to sell this for like $15 or something like that. But I looked at it today. They had 2 copies, and they're selling it for $5.95. So, yeah, if you can see all that blurriness there. $5.95. This actually has the overlays and the instructions and everything. So I was not passing this up for that price. And it's a game I kind of wanted to play too. And actually, it was kind of weird thing. Last 2 items are Sega 32X games. They actually had more 32X games in the box than they had cartridge only, and I thought that was kind of weird. First one, I'm going to say my wife wanted it. I was going to pass it up, but my wife kind of convinced me to get it. And it is Primal Rage on the 32X. And the reason I was going to pass it up is because they were asking $17.95, but she convinced me to pick it up, so I picked up Primal Rage. It just has the box and the cartridge. There's no instruction manual. So we have that. And then this one, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have that one. Space Harrier on the 32X. And it was only, $13.95. I should say it was only $13.95, because you say that with anything. Oh, that camcorder was only $88. I only spent $120 there. But yeah, this one actually comes with the manuals as well, but the box is just a little bit damaged. But that's pretty much everything. Hopefully, this camera works out pretty good. If the sound on it is kind of ratty or whatnot, I could just use this in conjunction with my microphone if I find the audio too unbearable. But hopefully this all works out just fine, and I could look, this thing in the dust. Yeah, I just don't know why it stopped working, but it did. So might have to look into it a little bit later. You know, if it starts working, this one was pretty cheap, and I actually wouldn't mind having 2 working camcorders, but, you know. But anyway, we'll just leave it that as maybe, and see y'all next time. Bye.
This could prove to be interesting.
But I doubt it.